boogeyman is real, and you found him.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
We have such sights to show you.
Be one of us.
Outsiders of horror.
Join us! Join us!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the return of the Outsiders of Horror podcast. That's right. Just like Jesus, we have been resurrected. Now, hence why we're going to be doing Stigmata tonight from 1999. But first, I'm sure you noticed that I said we, but all you can see is me or all you can hear is me. Well, that's because I'm not alone. What I'm going to be introducing you to somebody, not somebody new. No, I'm not going to pull that Axl Rose shit and get new members and keep the same name. That's fucking pathetic fucking cash grab. No, returning is an outsider OG. Now, this outsider OG loves toys. This outsider OG loves to watch movies on Saturday nights. And you can find this outsider OG naked on the internet. All you gotta do is look. And that, of course, is none other than Mr. Brian Farmer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Outsiders of Horror podcast. I am Brian Farmer. That is Andrew Fay all motherfucking day. And tonight we are covering that disaster piece, Stigmata, directed by Rupert fucking Wainwright. I think he was on a dating TV show on Bravo one episode that he seemed like a fucking psycho. But anyway, we're back.
Yes, we are back, motherfuckers. After 6 months, we have returned. The team, the legit team, the real team of the Outsiders of Horror podcast.
You know, there's been many new podcasts, horror groups that have surfaced over the last 6 months. Well, we are the OGs. We are, you know, we're the fucking outsiders of motherfucking horror.
Yeah, baby. We are back. So what the fuck is up, Farmer? What have you been up to these last 6 fucking months?
You know, my beard's grown like fucking 15 fucking inches. I've been hibernating in my fucking basement.
Yeah.
Just waiting for fucking COVID to be over before I go back outside into the world.
When we last left off, you were golfing.
You know, I was golfing for a long time, and then it was all in the hips, and then I damaged my hip, and I couldn't do it anymore.
I would watch golf because you kept saying, "Look out, PJ, here I come," and I'd be waiting to see your little roly-poly ginger ass show up on fucking PJ, and you're nowhere to be found.
I'm just I'll golf in the summertime, but right now, it's why?
But you are still golfing once it gets, the weather gets back into the shit.
I mean, yeah, I'll get back into it. I think after our last episode, I think I stopped. Yeah, I haven't played since. Just been I've been practicing in my off time.
Yeah, on your Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing about Wii. You can just sit in your chair and fucking practice.
Just trying to get the stroke right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure you got the stroke, bastard.
Oh yeah, I am one with the stroke. Come, if you need stroke tips, hit me up.
Right on. Well, what else is there? I know you're always full of fucking endeavors, from filmmaking to wrestling to golfing. What else you been up to? Excuse me.
I've been fucking just been making some music with some of the kids I used to mess around with from back in the day, but that's about it. It's all been I haven't really been doing anything these last few months. I've just been kind of just getting fatter and just sitting down. Yeah, in my old age, I'm just trying to live my fucking prime years out. You know what I mean?
Right on.
My twilight years. My twilight years. Yeah.
Twilight years.
Yeah.
What a wonderful franchise that was.
Yeah. You Team Edward or you Team Jake or what?
I think because I had to watch all of them because the girl I was dating at the time was big into it. But I think I was Team Jacob. I was more werewolf than sparkly vampire.
I gotcha.
The werewolf with no genitals.
No genitals. That sounds like you are, right? Because the streak is the streak still alive?
Yep. 6 months later, the streak is still alive. It is now March, so we are entering month 27 of the streak. Still waiting for that 1 in 21 and 1 to be.
Well, some things don't change, but yet some things stay the same, as they say.
Exactly. I blame COVID, though. I know the first half of the streak is my fault, but
can you really blame COVID?
Well, yeah. Well, and here's why. And this is actually something that I haven't even told family or just really the closest friends and, of course, my boss.
You're finally coming out of the closet.
No, not yet. I'm saving for a better day, like maybe a parade or something like that for that. But no, during the holiday season, I actually came down with the vid, the good old COVID. I was always so careful and stuff like that leading up to it, but then I got convinced because it was the holiday season, we family and stuff like that. I was convinced to go out, with my brother. I'll call him out on that. And we went out.
Oh, the Trump supporting redneck. Gotcha. All right, yeah, carry on.
Yeah. And we went to a local bar. It's packed because nobody in this town gives a fuck. Thinks it's all non-existent, and the Democrats created it and all that shit. So, and then the next thing I know, it only took about a day or two later, I started feeling all funky, and then I went and got the fucking test, and it was good old positive for COVID. And I got to tell you, people, it fucking sucks. It is. I know it's different for everybody. Like everybody experiences pretty much different things. I mean, a lot of similar symptoms, but some people don't feel it at all. That's why they think they're fine and they just go out and spread it like it's fucking nothing. But then, like I did, I started out with just the common, flu symptoms, like they say that you get, and I lost my sense of taste and smell. But then there was one day to where. Because after I got tested, they just lock yourself up and do the X amount of days for quarantine.
Right.
And one of the days I was just very short of breath. Like I could not catch my breath at all. And it scared the hell out of me. And there was nothing I could do. So I'm like, well, shit, this might be the way I fucking go out. So I just laid in my bed in a fetal position and just tried my best to catch my breath, kept the fluids going, and just powered through it. And then the next day, it seemed to go away, and there was just a different symptom. It was a different symptom. It seemed like each day. It wasn't all at once. And then about a good 2 weeks, then I started feeling A-okay. And then ever since then, it's been very serious about the COVID. I will not take it lightly anymore because it fucking sucks. So now it's just straight up home and work. So, yeah, it's hard to get laid when all you work with is underage, and at home it's just me. So...
Damn. So what was your experience with the vid?
All I gotta say is don't fuck around with it. Like I just said, like the symptoms I had, they are considered mild to severe from what I went through. And then like I said, the people that don't experience it all, and there's people that fucking die. The healthiest of people that die. I know somebody that lost somebody close to him that was late 20s, perfectly healthy. Took it lightly, got it, and then, like I said, they just gradually went down to where all of a sudden they died from it. So it's nothing to fuck with.
That's crazy. Yeah. No vid around these parts. No vid.
So that's one of the things I've been up to the last 6 months.
There you go. You got COVID. The streak still hasn't been broken.
Yeah, streak still hasn't been broken. As some people don't even know, I tried to do the little solo act for a little bit, and it just didn't work out, which I appreciate all the kind words that people would say, saying that the episodes are okay and stuff like that. But really, it came down to it was just, I felt like I was talking to myself, and it was just boring recording a solo podcast. No matter if it was good or not, I just didn't enjoy it. So I stopped doing that for a while and just kind of disappeared off the community grid, if you will. And
right. Well, I mean, that makes sense because you're just talking to your fucking self, or in your case, a beer bottle. But yeah, it's like, right. Hey, this is the Andrew Faye show.
Right. And if people remember, I'm not the research guy. I don't sit there and research into shit. So I always have more questions than answers. And when I ask a question and nobody's responding, then it's a pretty fucking clueless goddamn podcast. And why the hell is anybody even listening to it when I can't even give you any information?
Right. Right facts, wrong facts, car facts. I mean, we're just looking for some sort of fucking facts around here.
Yeah. So I stopped doing that, and then this will be the only time I plug. It's not gonna be a Nightmare Toy thing, but I got my own little side retro gaming thing going on. Fail Day Retro, so I'm building up on that, uh, which is fun. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and subscribe and follow. Let's see what else. Oh, I am now the parent of a teenager. Good old Colin Fay, outsider alum, if you will. He was on an episode of this.
He was indeed. Yeah.
He turned 13 in January, and I've always publicly bragged about how perfect my son has been since day one. Slept through the day when he was a newborn, never had terrible twos, perfect teenager hit, and now he's showing signs of a teenager. he
What's he doing? Asking to borrow the keys? What?
No, it's more of just like the lounge, chill teenager, whatever. And,
He's not asking you to pick him up a fifth or anything like that,
No, not yet. Which he's been all home remote learning. They'd opened up the schools here, but his mother decided, and I agree, she's just going to go ahead and finish out the school year with him at home, and then we'll see where things are next fall for the school. So he hasn't been mixing in with the wrong crowd yet.
That's good. He's been sheltered.
But no, I mean, yeah, he's still a great kid and stuff like that. He's just, don't give a fuck teenager.
Yeah. Well, he's at that age. I remember back in my day when I was 13.
Yeah,
running those street
I can remember
corners.
13, and I would think back to when I was 13 when he turned 13. Which it was funny when he turned 13. Like all his birthdays, I'm like, oh, he's getting older. But when he turned 13, it hit me hard. I was so like depressed about it. I'm like, oh my god, my son's a teenager. I'm old enough to have a teenage fucking child.
Yeah, what were you doing at 13?
The first memory that pops in my head when I was 13 is with my buddy Scott, and we got the good old dial-up internet at his house.
AOL or what? Yeah.
Yeah, and we asked his mom if we can download the nude photos of Sable from Playboy because we were big wrestling fans. So, and we wanted to see Sable naked, and she let us because she was an awesome mom like that. She was like a surrogate mother for me. She was, she helped me through a lot. She was a second mother, and so yeah, and then we slowly watched Sable download and got excited for the boobies. So that made me wonder. I'm like, man, is Colin excited for boobies yet? I'm afraid to ask, but I'm just gonna let him kind of bring it up himself, or just wait for a moment, like in a movie or something like that, where if he shields his eyes or if he goes, "Ooh, boobies," or something.
Right.
Like that,
I don't know. Maybe he's an ass guy. Maybe he doesn't even like boobs.
I don't know. Either way, I think that talk is coming. The talk.
The talk. The birds and the bees.
Yeah.
The beer cans and the drinking. All right.
If he hasn't figured it out already, because he's big into gaming himself. He does all that fucking, what is that, Minecraft, and what's the other?
Fortnite or whatever.
Fortnite. That's the other part. He's really big into Fortnite. Says he's the best at Fortnite. So since he's locked up in the home, that's cool. Just that's how he interacts with his friends too. He's got this headset and talks and does that whole deal.
So he's just chilling with his boys, hanging out.
Yep, chilling with his boys the best way that he can.
Yeah. Not being exposed to all the fucking the dumb fucks of the fucking world yet. So that's good. At least it's sheltered for a little bit longer.
My God, speaking of dumb fucks, I mean, with all this COVID shit, we've been in this COVID shit for a year now, and people are still just fucking stupid.
What's like the open percentage over there where you are? Is it fully open now or what?
No. Like a lot of business stuff like that are trying to adhere to it. It's just the people themselves are still being very fucking difficult with it, with the refusal of masks and just pretending like it doesn't exist. That's why the death rate is so high here in Kansas.
Right. Yeah, I mean over here, like in Massachusetts, it's not that bad. As of the first of this month, we went to 50%. So now, like, we can have concerts, but it's up to like 500 people. So I mean, like indie wrestling shows are coming back. Like that's already happening. So I mean, all like the small stuff is happening.
Right. Yeah, they just announced their very first concert we've had in a year in Wichita. It's two of the dudes from Shinedown. They're doing an acoustic set at this place called the Cotillion, where its capacity is about like 1,000 plus. It's my favorite venue. I love going to concerts there. But they're doing 50% capacity. everybody's getting their temperature checked as they come through the door. So, while they're patting you down, somebody else is pointing that little thermal gun at your head. And if you're above 99, then you're not getting in, and no refund or anything like that. So
Yeah.
buy
Go
your
fuck
ticket
yourself.
at your own risk. Yeah. And make sure you don't have a fever when you're going into that bitch. And everybody must wear masks unless you're sitting at a designated table. And then you can go get your drink with the mask on, go to your table, take your mask off, drink, and then enjoy the acoustic show. But, no rock shows or anything like that, because there's no way they're going to tell people to sit down during a rock show and not get up and fucking want to mosh or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, how are they going to hold everyone back? Yellow tape?
I can see a bunch of smart asses wearing masks in the mosh pit. We got our mask on. And so, just going in and gets chill.
It's not the fucking same.
Right.
What was the old quote? Wear your mask, wash your ass.
Yeah, exactly. That was indeed the quote. But yeah. So how was your winter time? Did you have a good holiday season and all that shit?
It was blah. Like, it was nothing fucking special. It was whatever. I got a lot of snow. I got like 6 feet of snow. It was fucking terrible.
Was it really bad?
Yeah, like my back, well, maybe not, like 4 feet, but like my back door was like all fucking caved in. I had to like hop out the window, just fucking shovel. But my short ass, I'm like Super Mario in the fucking tunnel. I just got lost. So I had to fucking shovel my way out.
Yeah, just looking for that mushroom so you can be bigger and get through that fucking 4 feet of snow.
just trying. But yeah, it snowed a lot because like I'm like really close to kind of like New Hampshire-ish around that way, so like they get fucking a fuck ton of snow.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, we had a really bad winter blast here. Not so much snow, it's just the temperature. Like we set a record low for Kansas. It was like negative 20 something at one point. And it was awful. And I don't have heat in my house, so I had a terrible fucking time. Because we don't have gas. We just I have one of those fucking plug electric heaters.
The space heater, yeah.
Yeah, the good old space heater. And
how'd that work out?
I had so many layers on. At one point, I had 4 pairs of pants. And,
you anemic bastard.
Well, they were all, my loose sweatpants, my pajama pants. And then I even put my fucking Freddy onesie over all of that and had that all bumped up with a hoodie underneath it. And then just curled up into a ball with my layers of blankets and just fucking fought it through it.
Just shaking like a fucking Kansas crackhead over there, like going cold turkey.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was a nightmare on Elm Street for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. They sell like the good space heaters, right? That like won't fucking kill the power. But like they look like radiators almost.
Yeah, I kind of have one of those. Like it's a good sized one. It's just this apartment is so long, so it only heats up so much.
Oh, I'm saying you didn't have it in your room. You had it for the house. Yeah.
No, because our electric circuit, like this place is so awful. If we have too many things plugged in, we will lose power. So we had to be very conservative with what we fucking plugged in.
Even though, like, what about surge protector? Nothing like that.
No, well, I didn't really think too much into that, but I mean,
yeah. There you go, dipshit. Yeah.
Like if I wanted to, like, eat some food, put something in the microwave, I had to unplug like 3 different things just to run the microwave.
How the fuck else are you gonna make chicken nuggets?
Right? They just stood there and freeze to death while I watched my nuggets spin around in the microwave.
Yeah. Just trying to put your hands in the hands near the radiation of the microwave.
Yeah, I was very jealous of the nuggets in the microwave. I'm like, man, I wish I was inside that motherfucker right now.
I mean, you do live on the woods. You could have just got a trash barrel and put it outside the fucking window and just, stood there.
Right. So you said you're doing the music thing again.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm not going fucking too heavy into it. It was just something just to do during this COVID time while I haven't been doing much.
Well, yeah. Like I was explaining too, like my little fucking gaming bullshit, just finding shit to do. And I mean, I'm already drinking and playing games anyway, so I might as well fucking stream it on the internet and do some shit. Yeah,
I mean, like the movie stuff for me, like I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I don't know.
Did anything ever come of any of those, like your short or the shit that you're working on getting released?
Blue Call, my feature got sold. We sold that. We so far we sold it. We got to a really good company. We got a really good deal for domestic. It's supposed to be out in the next 2 months. I think it's supposed to go to Redbox and then some sort of streaming website, I believe. But yeah, I mean, we have a whole like sales agent team that are working for all the foreign stuff right now. I know China's looking at it, but like it's we did very well off that domestic deal, which is unheard of for this day and age for as far as like upfront stuff on a domestic deal. So it did pretty good. It did a lot better than I thought it was going to do right out the gate. So yeah, I mean that's
it's pretty much you're sealing up, past projects and stuff like that. But after that, you're really not looking into anything.
Yeah, like I wrote 2 features. I wrote something that was like a really good like horror one, and then I wrote a fucking Hallmark movie.
Nice.
I wrote a Hallmark Christmas movie, and I was pitching both of those around, and like the investment people that like I work with, like I don't know, like they were looking at the horror one, and like that was like a possible thing, but I don't think it's, at least right now, I don't think it's gonna fucking happen, especially with COVID. But yeah.
Your Hallmark Christmas movie they didn't buy it too, because they literally make the same fucking Christmas movie over and over with the same exact poster. It was red and green, the couple standing back to back.
It's the same fucking motive, dude. I mean, like, that meme of Charlie Day where he's like at the wall with the strings and everything. Like that was me putting these 2 movies together because I'm doing them at the same time, writing them.
Did you watch a bunch of Hallmark Christmas movies for research?
I had to.
All the same fucking thing, aren't they?
I had to watch like every like Vanessa Hudgens and like Lacey Chabert fucking Hallmark movie because she's like the face of all those movies.
Isn't the storyline pretty much, like big city girl moves into a small town country, or
yeah, sometimes they lose faith and then they have to refine their faith and then they recapture the spirit of Christmas. yeah. Or they find like a true love's kiss on Christmas and then like the snowfall and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful life. Yeah, I mean it's all that happy. It was really just a challenge to myself because I'm not a happy person. I hate everyone, so I had to see if I could just try to pretend to be happy. And I mean it worked for the pages, but for me, I don't like it.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't like happiness. I just like death.
Right on.
Yeah, but no, Blue Call should be coming out very soon. The once I know I can say the company, it's a pretty well-known company. A lot of people know that company, so it was pretty surprising that they kind of like bit into it. The guy who used to own Dread Central actually owns this company.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and quote unquote, love the movie. So I was like, cool, whatever. It was that movie was a fucking challenge. But once that thing is out, and then I can talk more about it. I'll talk about all the horror stories. So.
Right on.
But yeah, so as far as like that goes, but yeah, like that did pretty well. So like, I'm happy about that. One of the earlier ones that I did that's getting wrapped up right now in post, that's called Waking Nightmare, has like Diane Franklin, David Naughton, has Jameson Newland from The Lost Boys, Jan Burst from the Stairs. That one, it's in the final stages of post right now, like the color and the sound, and my guy tells me that it looks great. So I mean, that's the next one. We're just going to try to ship that out. And then at that point, everything will have been sold and we'll have a home. And then I don't know if I'm going to carry on with it. I don't know. Right now, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm done. But we'll see.
These days, it's always a day-by-day thing with everything that's going on in the fucking world. But.
Yeah, I don't love it anymore. Like I used to love it a lot. I was very hungry about it. Like I was happy to like guys like Steven, who did fucking The Rage.
Congrats to him, because he's already got like 2 of those like reward stamps to put on his poster and shit.
Yeah, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. I remember seeing the earlier drafts of that, and I mean he was kind enough to ask me what I thought, and I gave him some notes, and I was happy to see some of those changes actually made it into the movie. I thought it helped definitely like bring it together more, but yeah, no, Steven's killing it. But, like he would come to me and ask me stuff, and like I'm always like willing to help anybody that like wants to fucking know shit that I know. Because I mean, I worked for a lot of people, like I know a lot of shit, so it was cool just to pass on some of the stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like right now, I'm not loving it. I'm just I don't know. I'm in a different headspace right now where I just don't give a fuck. So
for me personally, watching Steven doing this, it's kind of cool because I met the kid a couple years ago, young fella and stuff like that. Just loves horror and just wanted to talk to people and hang out with people in the community and whatnot. Then, he says he's making a movie, and, everybody always just takes that with a grain of salt when you hear a friend go, oh, yeah, I'm doing a movie and stuff like that. And then you see that the production value they put into it and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I hope it doesn't suck because I know you're putting a lot of fucking money and effort into this shit. And then now seeing all these awards getting stamped on and shit like that, I'm like, man, I'm pretty proud of him. I'm proud of Steve.
Yeah,
He's
you know,
doing
you're just like a nice gay dad that's just happy of his kid. So yeah, I mean, I
Yes.
get you.
I'm just super proud. I'm super proud of him.
Yeah, but no, he's doing great, and I'm really happy for him that he's like pulling all that shit off over there in Toronto land over in the Canada. So
Yeah, but the Canada,
yeah, the Canada Dry. Yeah, but no, he's crushing it. So I'm happy for him.
hell yeah. So has there been any movies this last 6 months that have been new to you that like stick out that you love now, or
You know, man,
horror, non-horror, don't matter?
yeah, you know, I went through this whole like deal where I didn't watch fucking movies for like 2 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I've been like a crazy weird like mental place, but like recently I've just started watching stuff again, but non-horror. But I watched Hard Rain. Hard Rain has it's Christian Slater.
Christian Slater,
yeah, dude, that's such a good fucking movie. That's underrated as fuck.
I remember
That's a good
watching
movie.
it. I asked my grandpa if we could rent it one day. I don't know why I wanted to watch it, but I did. I think the trailer looked appealing to me, so he rented it for me, and I watched it. And I don't remember much about it, but yeah, I remember that movie. I remember Chris Slater and a boat and some fire. That's about as much as
There's some
that can-
fire. Yeah. No, that's pretty
about
good.
as-
Yeah. A few months ago, speaking of Hard Rain, Christopher Young, the composer for Hard Rain, he did a giveaway where he gave away like 25 of his CDs, like from all of his soundtracks. So he gave away 25. No, it was 40 of them, 40, and then he signed them all, and then like 600 people entered, and I won.
Nice.
So I have like 40 of his fucking soundtracks in my closet, all signed by him, like every single one.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got a bunch of like Hellraiser ones in there too. I was like, I forgot he even did like Hellraiser like 1 and 2. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, pretty much the same with me. Like as much as I love just movies in general, therefore I just wouldn't watch movies. Mostly because of sports. I finally bought, the NBA and the NHL package so I can watch my Stars and Thunder lose repeatedly day after day. But I always had some kind of sports to watch every day after work, and then by the time that was done, I turned on some kind of sitcom and went to sleep. There wasn't too many movies. I did my 4K addiction grew pretty hard though. I bought a bunch of new 4K, mostly 4K action, just because it's the best kind of movies to watch on 4K, I think, because with all the explosions and colors and all that shit.
Yeah. I have a 4K UHD TV, and I've never once watched a 4K movie.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I can see for the common eye why people are like, it's the movie. But when you know what you're looking for and watching what you're watching, then it's cool. And I especially love when they remaster old movies in 4K. Like, I still think the Shining 4K is fucking awesome. But then I got the Evil Dead 1 and 2 on 4K, and it's like they didn't even try. I'm like, this isn't 4K. This is shit.
Right.
You're
Like
trying
there's
to
a slight adjustment in the menu section, but then after that, like that's all you get. Yeah.
Just fucking cash grab. They're like, oh, everybody else is redoing their shit in 4K. We'll do it too, but just slap 4K on the box and call it 4K.
Have you bought anything new that's like horror related?
Not really horror related per se. Just the same old shit. Just mostly just movies. Like I said, just a bunch of 4K. I got some random 4K horror that I bought and shit. But other than that, horror related, no. Maybe a couple of vinyl records. Still, slowly collecting up on those. But
Right. Yeah, I got the Scream Factory package in the mail the other day, and I totally forgot that I fucking bought that My Bloody Valentine thing.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had the steel book, I had the figure, I had like that, what do they call it, lithograph poster. I had all three. I was like, what the fuck is this box? And then opened it up. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Oh, that reminds me of something that happened during these 6 months while we've been away. The one box set that everybody was buying, the Friday the 13th. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
I got it too. I got it over here on my shelf. Did you go through all of them?
Yeah. Did all the fucked up discs? Did you catch that in time?
I think when I was watching through them, the ones that are like fucked up for a lot of people, I don't think I paid enough attention to it. So I missed the opportunity of getting a replacement disc if I need it. But the complaints I heard too are very minimal to where I won't even fucking notice or care.
Right.
Like I guess like sound cuts out on like Jason X or something like that for a few seconds or whatever. But
yeah, there was, I think, what Jason Goes to Hell, there were some issues. I didn't even fucking know about it because I didn't get that far. Then I saw Michael Long bitching about it. So then I asked him, I was like, hey, what happened? And he was like, yeah, it's all fucked. He's like, you have to go to this link and get the other disc. So I was like, all right. So then I got the disc afterwards. I didn't even check those out. There's just like still in a box.
Yeah, they just send them in those like little fucking paper things, huh?
Yeah, the little sleeves. So yeah, if anybody out there is looking for some fucking some fucked up discs, I'll sell them to you for the cheap. So let me know. And with that, we are gonna take a break. I'm going to the bathroom.
Okay, sounds good. I might as well do the same. Okay, and we're back. Now you know what I love. What just happened? What I love about what just happened is you were the first one to call for a bathroom break, not me.
Yeah.
That's like maybe happened one other time of all the episodes. We've done this.
And you know why I had to call for the bathroom break? Because you don't. Because what nobody else knows, except for what I know, is that there's not just one return. There's the second return. It's not just me. It's also the return of the piss jug.
Yeah, maybe. So now since I broke the barrier, it might return here in this episode. Since you called for a break, I was like, well, might as well go ahead and do it too. But now the barrier is broken and game on. Yeah. Add a kid. Drink up.
Yeah, during Corona, I've realized that it's better to drink Corona because then you won't get it.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah. But also, the more you drink, it's like you're immune. It's like a vaccine, It's like you don't fucking, Corona can't do shit. I don't need no mask.
That was one thing during my little COVID experience. It was like one of the days where I wasn't feeling too bad. It was just, common flu symptoms. It was like, well, maybe I could just drink this out of my system. And instead of beer, I was like, it's got to be hard liquor. So I was just fucking drinking hard liquor and trying to power through it. Those days worked out fine. I got to sleep through those days okay.
What was the poison of choice?
Good old Captain Morgan. Silver rum was my poison of choice. I've learned the brown rum
look dangerously.
Yeah, the brown spiced rum, it fucks me up the next day. So I switched to the silver rum, and I was okay. Well, I mean, for the most part. Then 2 days later, after that drinking day, to get through it, that's when the fucking heavy breathing shit started happening. That was scary. But I'm good. I'm alive and well.
Because then you got that itis.
Yeah, and I'm still drinking, people. I am not in AA.
Yeah. I mean, during the beginning of the Outsiders, if you were in AA then, there sure as fuck was no hope for you later on. So,
right. I'll find other ways to cure my problems, but I'm not going to quit drinking. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've had an intervention before. We had a fate intervention. Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't work out too well.
Oh, you know what I did buy the other day, which I wish I didn't fucking buy, but I'm glad I did. I do. Do you know that I have an obsession with the Ed Wood movie?
Yes, I've picked up on that.
Okay, all right. So on my corner wall right here, I have 8 8x10s of people from that Tim Burton movie, all signed. And nice. I got Landau. He was dead, but I got through a dealer, I got him. And then I was trying to track down a fucking Johnny Depp that was real, that had Beckett's like authentication, because there's so many fucking fakes out there. I found one 3 days ago, and it cost me a lot more than I wanted it to cost me. Because it's Johnny fucking Depp.
You're right.
Yep.
Poor guy's been going through so much shit lately.
Goddamn Amber Heard. Fucking women abuse is real, damn it.
Right. But speaking of Ed Wood, a little segue to a feature. We're planning on doing some watch parties. And I'm thinking one of the first movies we're going to do is Plan 9 from Outer Space. And it's not one of those watch parties to where you just watch us watch something. No, the movie's going to be on the screen too. So come in and join us, listen to our commentary, grab some drinks, and have a good time with us. It should be fun, as long as there's not some loophole and they go, you showed something that's copywritten. Because it's not. It's public domain. So
this is true. This is very true. So yeah, I mean... It's going to be like a Mystery Science Theater with Farm Servo over here, and then he can be Crow or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But with alcohol.
Yes. But we don't drink on this show, though.
No. As we're both fucking picking up our drinks.
We drink water. This is probably just this is vodka, but yeah.
Hey, see, there's one thing I've upgraded. I don't only just have alcohol in my room. I also have a bottle of water to keep myself hydrated too. So try to fight the hangover the next day.
There you go. Or when the usual episode where no one can fucking understand you because you're so shit faced. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And when I start mumbling more than I already do, then yeah, I should probably open up the bottle of water and chill out for a second.
I'd say that's probably a good indicator to do so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be getting better at that, people. We are the new and improved Outsiders 2.0.
That's right. This first episode, it may be rough to you, but it'll be better on the next one. So don't worry.
Yes. We're knocking off the rust, people. Bear with us.
It's been a long time. These pipes are rusty, boy.
Yep. And basically, what happened was we hit each other up. We talked, and we decided to bring this shit back, and we just jumped right into it. No practice rounds or anything. We don't talk about practice like Allen Iverson.
Practice.
You want to talk about practice?
What are we talking about? Practice?
Yeah, this is literally the first time me and Farmer have been face to face in 6 months, people, and you get to join us with it. So there you go. So yeah, just look forward to more fun, great things that we have planned for you. It's gonna be a good time, and I'm gonna call it now. I mean, after the 6 months departure and stuff like that, and we came back together and we're strong. So we're not going anywhere, motherfuckers. There's just no separating this team. There can be some hiccups, but guess what? The hiccups go away after you stand on your head and drink some water or whatever the fucking tricks are that get rid of hiccups.
You know what I always say: wear a mask, wash your ass. You know that. Actually, I don't say. I think I stole that from you, but
I don't remember. I was drunk, so
yeah. Actually, yeah, that was my quotable.
Yeah.
No,
the quote was, I said, wash your hands, wash your ass, and you said, wash your coochies, because you just never know how it's going to fucking affect your ass.
that sounds more accurate to me. Yeah. Wash your cooch.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
Also, a fun fact, with it being March, this also means that we are hitting the 2-year anniversary of when the first Outsiders started.
Do you remember? Oh my god! Do you remember that fucking awful fucking first episode that never got released that we did?
Oh yeah,
the fucking commentary
with the Leprechaun Returns. Yep,
never got fucking released. What a fucking disaster that was.
Yep, that was a little test the waters, and nothing came of it.
Yeah, I mean, who was on that? It was that was in the early days, right? So that was you, me, and then the person's name that we don't speak. But yeah.
It's you, me, and that guy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I do remember that because I was because since it was audio, I was just laying on my retro 70s couch that I no longer have, and drinking beer and just leaning over into the mic and just talking.
I think I recorded that at my mother's kitchen table.
And that was when I only had my phone and I had it propped up on a bunch of boxes. And yeah, it was.
Is that when you had the mic with the fucking cord that you had?
No, I was still just using the mic on my phone then. And then I finally upgraded to my phone with a plug-in 3.5 millimeter jack microphone, like dude from Price is Right.
Right.
Spay and neuter your pets, people. And then just slowly upgraded from there. And yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Wow. That's funny as shit. I don't know how the fuck I remember that too, but wow. That's funny.
Oh man. 2 years later, we are back, motherfuckers.
Wow. Yeah, and it wasn't even the good Leprechaun either. It was the fucking one from the Sci-Fi Channel.
No, it's not the worst one in the franchise.
I mean, it's close. I mean, I still rather fucking Leprechaun on the Hood over that.
Well, Leprechaun, that's one of the better ones. I preferred over Leprechaun Back to the Hood. The second Hood one that they did. They could have done something else, more creative with them, but they went back to the Hood.
Once you leave the Hood, you can never, you always gotta, you can never actually leave the Hood.
And that's why I didn't make any money, because don't they know that the Hood just bootlegs all their movies? They don't fucking actually buy them, so that was just, they lost money.
This is true. That. This is true. Those new releases you can get for $5, two for 20, five. What is it? 2 for 10?
Yeah. You can go into Walmart and buy this for $20. You can get it right here for $2. $2. Come on, I'm telling you. And then it's like a drawing of a shitty leprechaun on the case and shit.
Like a stick figure leprechaun.
Yep. But sure enough, it was the movie in there. Maybe it had Japanese subtitles on it, but.
Or it was some dude in the back seat of the movie theater with a fucking DV8 camera fucking going like that.
that wasn't smart enough to get like a tripod or something like that. So you're just like shaking the whole fucking time.
Yep. Have a seizure for $5. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the ultimate trip. Yeah.
Well, as I finish this beer and open up another one, tonight we are going to talk Stigmata from 1999. But before we get into that, obviously it's a religious-based film, and we did so because this is the resurrection of the Outsiders. So I kind of wanted to ask a couple of questions, kind of religious-based, get in a little controversial area. But my first question is like, what? Like, I feel like me and you both are just kind of open-minded about religion. But if you were under a religious umbrella, like an actual title, religious umbrella, what would you be?
Well, I'll go back in time. So I grew up as a Catholic, and as a kid, like I did like maybe like my first communion, like all that shit. I used to go to church up until like before I became like a teenager, and then I just fucking never went again. I think I definitely believed in God when I was a kid, but then I think later on in life, I think I'm more of like an atheist. I think.
I lean on the atheist side.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, see, I was born into a Catholic family so much that my grandpa Fay, from my dad's side, was a cardinal, a Catholic cardinal, to the point to where he attended the Pope's funeral back in like 2002 or whenever that was, that first Pope or whatever that we witnessed the death of. He was actually there for the funeral and everything.
Wow.
So I was born, and I was baptized as a baby. Catholic and stuff like that. It had the whole they splashed me with water as a baby. I got photos somewhere of that. But growing up, I developed a mind of my own and grow into it. And I'd say fast forward to now, if there was like an umbrella, I do the pussy way out. I would say I'm more agnostic than anything. To where, there might be a God. I don't know, but we're just gonna maybe, the whole maybe thing. But that's because I like to think, because I'm a man of science. I'll even say that. Like, I'm a man of science.
Scientology?
Not the Scientology, but actual science with facts and shit like that.
You with fucking Tom Cruise? No, what the fuck?
No, not that Scientology, because that has nothing to do with science. I hate the title of Scientology. But I believe this all had to come from somewhere, because like even the movie that we're talking about tonight said that we have like records of the last 3 billion years of existence, but the world has been around for 6 billion years, but it was just nothing but matter and shit like that floating around.
Right.
So, and there's a lot of unanswered stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so that had to come from somewhere. So I believe in the whole higher power, like a God. I don't think God's like a figure like created in our image or like all that shit.
God's the dinosaurs, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah, because dinosaurs came before Jesus, but I don't know. Like I like think mainly because I think like that because I refuse to believe that when we die that it's just lights out and there's nothing anymore. And there's a lot of science that shows that when you die, there's some kind of energy that does leave your body and goes somewhere else. So I think maybe I go to another planet and invade another body there or something like that. That'd be fun. That's why I want to be cremated instead of buried, because Neil deGrasse Tyson, famous physicist, he believes that he wants to be buried in the ground. So then if whatever energy leaves him will stay confined within the earth, and he wants to be a part of the earth for whatever. I don't want to do that. I want to see what else is out there. So hopefully the whole little energy thing is just me transferring somewhere else and be a part of that.
Got it. So basically, guys, what I got from that is that when he dies, we need to cremate him and then flush him down the toilet to see where he goes.
Exactly. Because, my ashes and remains are just that. My energy or whatever fucking left in my body. But with that being said, I got to get me a beer. But with that being said, I for one, I will never tell anybody that they're wrong when it comes to religion. As fucking obscure and stupid as it sounds when they tell me their beliefs, I'll never tell them they're wrong, because not a single person living can tell you the 100% facts of like what happens when he dies and stuff like that. Not a single one. No scientist, no religion or anything like that can tell you exactly what happens. happens.
I mean, maybe in
Nobody knows.
Flatliner. If you were in Flatliners, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, well, yeah, movies can tell you what happens, but
Yeah.
you can either
movies are
watch
the way, man.
Flatliners,
Movies are the truth.
right? You can either watch Flatliners or Ten Commandments, whatever floats your boat, or Jesus of Nazareth, or whatever.
Or
But,
Serbian film.
Jesus Christ! I think of all the shit, all the sins that I've done in my life and stuff like that, I think watching that movie alone purchased my ticket to hell, if there is a hell. That movie's just fucking.
Oh, I think you purchased that ticket a long time ago.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that whole heaven and hell theory is wrong, because I believe that when you die, the same thing happens to everybody, whatever that may be. I don't think there's a heaven or hell. I think you can be as bad as you want and still. But I think religion's also a good thing too, because it keeps people in check. Like if religion didn't exist, I think the world would be even more chaotic than it is now, because people fear God and all that stuff, so they keep themselves being good and all that shit. So.
I mean, I can agree with that to an extent, but I think, I don't know, if you're a pedo or something, I don't think you go to the same place as everybody else. I think, you know,
True. Yeah.
I think you're going somewhere else, but you're not going with everybody else.
Right. Well, yeah. I hope you're right about that one. Actually, yeah. I don't want to go fucking chill at the Heavenly Gate bar. Then there's a bunch of fucking pedos and shit in there. You know?
Looking at you, boy.
Not me. 18 to ride, 21 to date.
Mm-hmm. Oldest ride, longest line. Yeah.
Right. But without that being said, I actually enjoy going to church too. It's weird, but the reason why it's not because I believe like the stories, like I like the whole talking snake bullshit. I haven't seen a talking snake before unless it's in the fucking movies.
I'm looking at one right now.
And evolution has been a proven fact. So I don't believe the whole that we're a bunch of distant cousins fucking each other because we all came from Adam and Eve and all that shit. No, there's no way. Even though if somebody sits there and goes, "I believe in Adam and Eve," I'm like, "Good for you. You have your beliefs. I'm not gonna fucking debunk it." But I go to the church though. The reason why I enjoy it because I like to translate their Bible stories into something that can be positive, like in the real world. Like basically, it all comes down to don't be a cunt to people. Right. just be good to people, and I just love hearing the different stories. And I have a good buddy that preaches. He's a preacher at a local church, so I like to go see what he says because I know how he is in real life. So I'm like, okay, this guy's full of shit because I know how he really is. He's a great dude, great heart, but I know he's a sinner himself. but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm very open when it comes to religion. I have my beliefs, but I never tell anybody else that they're wrong.
Right.
And
I mean, how could you,
Right. And anybody that listens to stuff like that, let us know how you feel about religion, what your religion is, and what you believe. And sorry,
looking at you, Neil. Looking at you.
Yeah, fucking Neil. Man, he's going to hell for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think what wasn't he? Didn't he get caught banging girls in a Dollar Tree parking lot or something like that? Something happened with Neil.
I'm not sure. He's hard to keep up with all this crazy shit that he did. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, so I mean, with your theories of religion, kind of like what I just did with like, what I overall think, what's kind of your thought process on like what you kind of overall think?
I mean, I do think there is a heaven and a hell, but I don't think I necessarily believe in God. But I think you have to go somewhere. I don't think you just fucking evaporate into the ether. And
so you don't think it's like lights out and it's just black eternity?
No, it's got to be more than that. I like to think that it's when you die, it's like you're it all closes, goes black, but then it opens up again, and then you're somewhere else.
I like that. I just hope that there is life after death. I don't know what it is, what it could be, but I just hope there's something, even if it's like bad.
Right.
At least there's still something going on. I'll fight the forces of evil. I've seen enough fucking superhero movies and shit. Bring it on.
I mean, I've seen The Exorcist. I mean, I can fight off demons. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll just come back as like an actual demon. You know what I mean? And I'll just take over people's lives and shit.
Yeah. And there's that whole theory too, to where you can still haunt the Earth realm and be a ghost earth and haunt people.
I think I'd like to do that, but I would do like pranks on people. I'd like pants people in like public places.
Hopefully, they let you select, it's like a video game where you select who you're going to follow, and then you just fucking haunt them the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I've got some people like I can think of right now.
And then once they die, and you're like, "Hey, motherfucker, did you like all those pranks I pulled on your ass?"
Yeah. I don't know. Like you definitely have to go somewhere. I don't think it's just lights out and it's over. I think there's something else.
Yeah, I like to think so too. Hopefully, but nobody can ever tell us the truth because they're dead. So,
But I do wonder about the people who were like medically and like actually dead for 5 minutes and then get resuscitated. I wonder if something happens with those people.
that is something that I do like research into sometimes. I'll just randomly Google people that experienced the whole, light at the end of the tunnel and what they experienced when they were technically dead for so many minutes or whatever, what they experienced that. And none of them say that it was a blackout. There was something going on, whether they saw like an evil spirit or a light or something like that. They all claim that they saw something while they were clinically dead. So surely there's something, but I don't want to find out anytime soon. I'm going to live as long as I can, enjoy my pizza and beer. I would say sex, but that's
that's a lie. But yeah. I mean, what am I 33? I think I got another. I think I got another 40 years left. I think I got another 40.
Which the two part of that question kind of leads into that is like nobody wants to die. I mean, for the most part, nobody wants to die. But would you accept death, or would you let them like maybe move your brain into a robot and then you can live on eternity in a robot on Earth, or would you just accept death?
Can I just be like Tammy and the T-Rex?
Yeah, something like that. Transfer your shit over from your dead body into something else.
I did see an episode of the X-Files where that happened, but then they got moved into like a supercomputer where their brain controlled a bunch of computers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And with modern day technology, I mean, we can take over the world because everything's controlled by computers and internet and everything.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'd be open to it, depending on like where, like what I get put into. But yeah,
that's what I love about these anti-COVID vaccine people is that they think there's like microchips and shit like that in there. I'm like, they're already tracking us, bro. You got a tracking device in your pocket. It's called your phone.
Oh yeah, they can find you fucking anywhere.
Yeah. So if they put a tracking device in your body, it's gonna be no different than what's already going on now.
No chance they will find you.
Mm-hmm.
The men in black will find you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that was a nice little religious topic. Now let's talk some Stigmata from 1999.
Directed by Rupert Wainwright. What a fucking name that is.
What a name.
Rupert Wainwright.
And like I said earlier, I don't do my research or anything. Has that guy done anything else?
I didn't do my research on him as a director, but I think he did direct something else. And while you
His
talk
name
about
sounds familiar.
Let's see. Well, yeah, he directed the fucking Fog remake in 2005.
Oh, what a winner that one was.
He directed a movie called Blank Check. Remember that shit from back in the day?
I loved Blank Check.
Yeah. He did a couple videos for MC Hammer.
So like his only two music videos, Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit.
He did Express Yourself by NWA too, and Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
Yeah.
White?
Blank Check, it was his first movie. Everything else before that was just music videos.
I liked Blank Check. I was always jealous of that kid, man.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Sinbad in that one. Or was Sinbad a different one? Let me check.
Sinbad was a different one. This one wasn't Sinbad. This one, his little counterpart was his limo driver / like.
Oh yeah, Tone Loc. Tone Loc was in that. Yeah. He was.
Oh, he was one of the villains in it.
Yeah. I love Tone Loc.
Trying to collect the money and shit.
I had to look up what the name of that movie was with Sinbad and that kid.
But yeah, while he does that, we're talking Stigmata, 1999. Patricia
First
Arquette, Gabriel Burns. It's that weird spelling of Burns too. Byrnes.
Yeah, it's Burn.
But I saw an interesting fact while I watched the movie because Amazon will even get interesting facts about the actors if you go to the casting credits. And in his childhood, he for many years of his childhood, he was in a seminary practice to become a Catholic priest as he got older. So apparently he was in early training to play this role. But what I find even funnier than that is that he got nominated for Worst Actor in this movie.
The Razzie Awards.
For Razzie Awards. And that same year, he was in that same category for his other movie that came out in 1999, End of Days, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yep. So he's nominated twice for Worst Actor, and he still lost. He didn't get the Worst Actor of the Year that year.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So he wasn't awful, but the two movies he did that year were bad enough for him to get 2 nominations in the same category. But yeah. And now I'm going to let you talk while I...
he does this thing. Yeah.
While I make the return of the piss jug.
Yeah, return to the fucking piss jug. Yeah, overall, I thought the movie itself was okay. I honestly felt like fucking that what was his name, Byrne, whatever. I felt like Byrne was he was a fake version of Father Karras from The Exorcist. I feel like they really tried to capture that Father Karras essence with him. And that's I don't know. I'd like to know if other people thought that too when they watched this, that it kind of was biting from The Exorcist and kind of had its own vibe, like that scene with Patricia Arquette's mother, who's only in the fucking movie for 15 seconds, and when she's buying shit down there, and then the little shopkeepers warn her and stuff. I don't know. That seemed very Exorcist-y to me.
Yeah, well, she's the cause of it because, they didn't go too far into it, but she got the rosary, and that was what the start of it was. Her little gift package at the beginning. She had the rosary, and then all of a sudden she's experiencing the stigmata shit.
Right. Yeah, to me, that's just what it was. I just felt like it was very Exorcist-y, and I thought, it was just, you said what, it was 99, right? This thing came out, or 96?
99.
99, yeah. So they were just change. I felt like they were trying to cash in on that. So many years later, but trying to just I didn't even think it was paying homage. I think they were just trying to steal the fucking tropes that worked for that to try to bring it into this to create a backstory. But I don't know. I thought it's definitely no fucking Exorcist. I'll tell you that. And I love Patricia Arquette. I put it in her butt. But she's definitely she's no Linda Blair. You know what I mean?
She was a tasty treat in this. I love the whole 90s alternative version of her in this movie. She was pretty tasty. but no, yeah. Oh fuck!
A lot of that soundtrack too in this fucking movie, or something like that scene where she's walking in the rain and then they have the crossfades. I fucking hate those crossfades. She's walking in the rain and it's this stupid fucking porno music. It's so stupid. I hated the soundtrack. Soundtrack to this movie was fucking dog shit. I didn't like it. Just the new age fucking tech grunge rock. It was so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Which usually I like soundtracks from 90s movies. They're usually fucking spot on and shit, but this one, the soundtrack was a little off. But there really wasn't a lot of actual music in it, band music and shit like that, which I think they kind of missed the mark on that too, since they were trying to play it to the crowd of 90s grunge kids, grunge atheist kids and shit like that.
Right. Well, I could see why the director probably had a big hand in that music choice, because he, we were just discussing when he got into doing films, his background was music videos.
Yeah, so, true. Okay, yeah, good point there. So you think there'd been more, legit music in there, but
right,
it's mostly just scores and shit like that.
Yeah. It's just the soundtrack I thought could have been a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
I have a lot of complaints about this movie. What about you?
I do have a lot of complaints. My main complaint is the love connection between the two. I think the movie could have done completely without the whole little love thing. I think you have enough with the whole chick experiencing stigmata, which, if people don't know stigmata, if you haven't seen the movie, it's where somebody starts experiencing the 5 points of the brutality or whatever that Jesus experienced while he was getting crucified, with the fucking bolts in the wrist, which we learned that all the things on the cross, when they go through his hand, we learned that it's actually through the wrist and in the feet, the crown on the head, the lashes on the back, and then the final one is the spear through the side. And I think they could have focused more on that. They could have really just centered around the whole stigmata aspect of it, and not put this awkward fucking love story that they immediately start out with when she meets the priest in the barber shop, she's hitting on him before she even realizes who the hell he is.
It's a lot of plot holes.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes in this movie. And he's clearly old enough to be her dad, so she clearly has some daddy issues, I guess, if she's into, older men that are old enough to be their dad.
Right.
Which, I mean, she's a 90s grunge chick, so probably had some daddy issues, but they didn't touch on any of that, too. There's a lot of little, just minor story plots that you could have done easily with 1 or 2 minutes of the film to kind of explain more of it. Just like they never touched up on the rosary, because clearly that was a focal point of like how this started, but they never talked about the rosary again the rest of the movie.
The something that I did like, which was actually very fucking stupid. When Gabriel Byrne's walking by the hookers, the prostitutes.
Yeah.
I love that scene though. But the one thing that I thought was so fucking stupid, and I blame the director for this, is that he took the girl with the smallest tits out of the three of them to do that like ruffling them up thing. Like, what sense did that make? Like, you had like one of the other, like the blonde, I think it was, she had like the biggest rack. Why not have her do it? Why do you take the one with like no boobs? Like, what sense does that make?
I love when you pay attention to detail, that's the detail that you pay attention to. Why is the chick with the smaller tits shaking her tits and not the bigger tits?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
No, it's the questions that need answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck the plot holes and stuff like that. Why was this decision made? Were they just against shaking their tits because they're really a grade school teacher or something like that, or what the fuck?
Yeah, another scene that I had complaints about, because you know me, I never find anything good. It's always the bad. So,
right.
The bathtub scene. Why the fuck is this bitch eating a fucking apple in soapy ass water, getting soap all over the fucking apple, and then just mowing down and eating that shit? Who the fuck eats a soapy apple? What?
Well, who the fuck eats in a bathtub?
I think I've eaten like an ice cream like bowl or
ice cream is not any better because that shit melts and it's gonna melt right into your pissy tub that you're fucking soaking in.
But that's this isn't about me. It's about the movie. But anyway, why is she eating a soapy fucking apple in the bathtub? And I felt like we were on this the bathtub scene for so fucking long. And then there's like that underwater shot where it looks like it's gonna be cool, and then it just like tracks like her body and like just kind of like showing her frame, okay, which is nice. But it's such a stupid fucking shot. Like, why do we even care about that? We're in this bathtub way too fucking long.
Yeah, and there's a long shot that jumped right into like the Stigmata stuff. Like they could have, like I said, the rosary thing, they could have built up into maybe teasing like she's about to get it maybe or something like that. But no, it was just the movie's going on. She's chilling in the tub doing the fucking weird long drawn out tub scene. And then all of a sudden she's getting the first step of the Stigmata. And then they just go and then just fucking go steamroll from there.
Rupert Wainwright, this is a question for you. My question to you is: did you watch The Crow before you did this movie? Because you decided like you wanted to have a fucking bird. Production you couldn't. You spent it all on that awful soundtrack, and you couldn't afford a fucking crow. So instead, you picked a fucking pigeon. Like what is up with the birds?
There was no explanation of the pigeon or anything like that. Like the chick experiencing Stigmata, it should just be her experiencing Stigmata, not these random birds showing up or anything like that. And like, what the fuck is up with her seeing herself holding a baby? There was no explanation of that, and then chasing after that herself, that holding the baby, that dropped the baby in the middle of the street.
Right.
No explanation. If there's an explanation, then maybe, but there was no sense of that whatsoever. I think it was just trying to build some tension or whatever, but.
Yeah, well, they certainly fell flat in that regard. Also, I had a note that I skipped over that I forgot to say. I wish that Patricia Arquette would have drowned in the bathtub during that shot because it just took so fucking long.
I wish they would have shown her boobs, honestly. Because that opening scene where they're doing the credits and she's fucking the dude, I was very disappointed because she likes to have sex with a bra on. I was like, son of a bitch. Just take the bra off. I don't want to bang a chick that's going to keep her bra on. You're naked everywhere else.
Another thing, Rupert Wainwright, why the fuck do you love these hard cuts so much? Like these transitions aren't even good. Like the scene will just
at the worst times too. Yeah,
it's like what fucking sense does it make?
Yeah.
Like if it's for effect, for impact, then okay, I can understand 1 to 2, but like this movie's fucking riddled with that shit. Like why?
Yeah,
Stupid.
drag out a pointless thing like the bathtub, but then all of a sudden do a hard cut and shit to where people may be actually being interested in the story that they're trying to fucking do.
Right. And another thing I have is that when she's when she's bleeding and everything, and then she's they take off the bandages, and the nurse's quote is, "We've got a very deep laceration here." You fucking think?
Yeah, I
Like,
think.
she's fucking like a squirting fucking blood. What? Like,
And then the dumbass nurse said, "This is self-inflicted." That's fucking self-infliction then. Jesus Christ, going all the way through. If it's self-inflicted, then yeah, it was cut in the wrist, but all the way through to the other side, that nurse was stupid. And she's not going to believe her. I mean, a situation like that where you have both wrists, holes all through both sides, I don't think that's going to be self-inflicted. Then you can start questioning other things like, was anybody with you? Did something happen that you just don't want to talk about? Maybe it was even like a drug-related issue or something like that. But not just to be like, it was self-inflicted. This bitch is crazy.
yeah, I didn't understand it. There's a lot of this movie that I just don't fucking understand.
There was this movie had great potential, and I'd love to see a good Stigmata movie, like about somebody getting stigmata and just focusing on that. But they just
Do
kind of.
you think we're gonna get it though? I don't.
I don't know, and if anybody knows any good Stigmata movies, let us know, and we'll check them out. But I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any good Stigmata movies. I can't.
And
Certainly,
you think there would be a bunch because I mean that's a nice little plot point because a lot of horror movies involve religion and stuff like that, and that'd be a very good one to tackle. And you think there'd be a lot of random, off-brand generic fucking movies about Stigmata, but there's really not, at least not that I've seen.
I mean, there's a fuck ton of these, like the Exorcism of fucking Emily Rose.
Yeah, there's a lot of possession.
I mean, there's like a lot of these fucking exorcism movies, and a lot of them are fucking dog shit. So I mean, it's no one's really making them anymore because there's no demand for it. But I can understand at the time frame, like just these fucking cash grabs for all these exorcism movies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But there were scenes that I did like though. Like I did enjoy the subway scene where she's getting the laceration in his back because she's got her her arms up in the handrails and she's getting lacerated. I did enjoy that scene. I thought that was cool. I loved when she's standing on the car and then her eyes are red and she's bleeding and she's pointing the busted bottle at priest Andrew Kieran. His name is Andrew. What's up?
Yeah, Father Andrew. Yeah,
yeah, Andrew and Frankie. AF Andrew Faye, baby.
Oh, there you go, ass fucker. Yeah,
yeah. Of course, I get to abbreviate a not so great movie with it, but yeah. I mean, there was scenes that basically there was a lot of potential that I saw in this movie. It's just too many falling flat. And like I said, my main thing is the love story. I don't think that should have existed at all between those two.
It's they had to go somewhere, and I guess they thought that was a good fucking idea. I wouldn't have done that. That seems very fucking stupid. But also, this movie was stupid. So
right now, yeah, you have plenty to work with without the love story.
Right.
They could have told other things instead of this weird love connection of this chick that has daddy issues apparently, and this priest that is going to accept it because he misses getting laid. Like they had that whole conversation, like, "Do you miss it?" And he's like, "Of course I miss it. I'm human."
Right.
And then now he's hanging out with this possessed chick, and he's like, "Well, maybe I'll fuck her before she goes a little too crazy."
Which I really do feel like they stole Father Karras fucking tropes from the Exorcist into like with this guy with the Gabriel Byrne character.
I would agree if he would have questioned his faith more, but he never really questioned his faith too much in this. He was just more just conflicted with the girl.
Right. But that goes against like I guess like what like his faith, like his oath. So I guess yeah.
But he struggled, and when he almost banged her, then all of a sudden she started talking in the demanding voice, and "Where's your faith now, Father?"
Yeah. Well, he getting tempted by the devil's lettuce,
And then the ending was just fucking stupid. It was one of those endings that really wasn't an ending. It just kind of just ended. Like the other fathers or priests or whatever showed up and were trying to solve the mystery, but instead they were just more pissed off at him because he's laying in the bed with the chick and really did nothing much to help her. And then she has her little exorcist moment there, possession at the end, and then he's holding her on the bench, and then they did the little titles of, you know, shit that hasn't been proven or whatever, and that's the end of the movie. Just kind of there wasn't really a conclusion without any explanation to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That's Stigmata.
That is the 1999 film Stigmata, which it was a budget of 29 million and it actually grossed 89 million, even with all the bad critic reception and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was a financial success.
Yes, yeah. We just didn't like the movie.
Yeah, it's just it has no long stay. But
I will say that they had good production design, but that was probably just about it.
yeah, again, you can clearly see plenty of potential. Just fell flat on its face with so many things. I was very disappointed because I remember when this movie first came out, I was really excited to see it because that's when I was really getting into horror myself. It was, you know, late 90s, early 2000, and I was excited to go watch that, and I went and watched it. And I remember liking it at that age just because it was all crazy flash editing.
Right.
But
yeah, all the quick cuts and the crossfades. Yeah, you know, it's still not enough for this for to save me to like this movie. So
yeah, I played to its audience.
So my question to you is outsider rating. What are you giving it, Faye?
All right. In case you don't remember, we do a scale of 1 to 10. And like I said, there was things that there were scenes that I like, but there just wasn't enough for me to really like the movie. I think the best rating I can give it is a 4. I can give it.
You know, it's funny. In my head, I was like, it gets a 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Agreeing on the return.
Yep. Yep.
So you get
that's a 4. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it could have been less, but whatever. I'm just being gracious now, but yeah, it gets a 4. Rupert Wainwright, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't plan on revisiting it unless somebody wants to watch it. I'm like, okay, well, you're in for a decent time at best. But other than that, I don't own it. I don't plan on buying it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I own the DVD, but I think I bought it for like $2 at Goodwill. So whatever.
$2 for a 4-star movie. It works out.
Yeah. Well, on our rating scale at least. So yeah, Stigmata. B Farm says, don't check it out.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. The return, the resurrection of the outsiders of horror.
The resurrection of your erection. We're back.
Let us know if you enjoy the return, what you'd like to see. Even let us know if you think it's fucking stupid, because we have the haters too.
If you fucking hate it, just make sure you tell him, leave me alone. All right. I got what's going on. Just tell him. He's used to it. Keep me out of it. All right?
But hopefully some of you are excited for the return. Like I said, we got some cool things coming your way for sure. Expect something weekly from us, without a doubt. If not multiple things in a week. We got some cool shit. It's gonna be more than just a weekly episode dropping on your ass. We're gonna do some other things, like I said, live commentary, other things going on.
We're gonna make it fun. It's gonna be a lot funner than what it was the last 2 years almost. I guess you could say.
More than audio, visual. We got you covered. We're coming in hot.
Yeah. Yeah. We back like cook crack. What?
But with that being said, I am Andrew Fay. This is Brian Farmer. Have any parting words, sir?
Yeah. In classic fashion, go fuck yourself. See you next week.
Later, y'all.